all the macroeconomic metrics that we are patting ourselves in the back, they are equally doing well. But then you ask yourself, even in Ghana, Mr. Speaker, what really are the needle movers that are really supporting the macroeconomic indicators that our minister spoke about? The gold. Mr. Speaker, yes, gold now, we're touting ourselves that we want to build reserves. But look at Goldbod itself. All the risks that we have rather introduced into Goldbod, the risks that we have introduced into Goldbod, if we wanted to better make Goldbod a better institution, Mr. Speaker, what we are doing now is rather introducing risks into Goldbod. If you look at the structure now, we have one institution at the very top called Bauer Company Limited. This company is the only institution, Bauer Rock, is the only institution that is aggregating all the gold that we are getting from this country. Mr. Speaker, this is significant risk to this country, because all that we are saying is, yes, Bauer Rock has gotten this security or guarantee to be able to underwrite these gold. But Mr. Speaker, let's ask ourselves, why would you allow just one company to bear such significant risks? It's just too much risk for one company to bear. So, Mr. Speaker, now we want to build significant reserves, and we have this company that has been exposed so much that any trigger on the guarantee that is producing will send us flat, and this policy that we are bringing across will just flop completely. So, Mr. Speaker, I would rather advise that we look at managing the risks of Goldbod to ensure that this entity that we are relying on to help us build the reserves that we are hoping to get, the reserves that we are trying to boost, we manage the reserves in order to ensure that this company is run well and the risk is well managed. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. I'll give the floor to Honourable Felice Ofosu Kwachi.
This guy.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment briefly on the presentation made by the Minister responsible for finance. Mr. Speaker, this has to go down as one of the most forward-looking economic policies envisaged by any government, because we do know that the Ghanaian economy for many decades prior to last year had been undermined significantly by challenges with the extent of our reserves and the implications that it has on the depreciation of our currencies. Indeed, as the Minister highlighted in his statements, previous governments have attempted to address our forest concerns through expensive borrowing. And he indeed showed that in the 8-year period that our friends on the other side stayed in government, they had to cough out $3.4 billion and 7.3 billion Ghana cedis in order to borrow up to $21.4 billion to shore up our reserves and protect our currency. Even then, our currency suffered a catastrophic decline, which then imposed severe hardships and suffering on the people of Ghana. It meant that a succeeding government was going to have to toe a different line in order to achieve the objective of having significant reserves in order to protect our currency. And this government has proven resourceful in coming up with this arrangement to ensure that we overcome this perennial difficulty. Our friends have a penchant for being quick to claim credit for the successes struck in the last year in terms of the gains made by the Ghana cedi. They claim it is a product of some policy initiative implemented by the now flag bearer and former chairperson of the economic management team. Mr. Speaker, when he suits them in one breath, they say that he had absolutely nothing to do with economic management and that it was the responsibility of somebody else to manage the economy. And then in another breath, they insist that the same man who had nothing to do with the economy was able to single-handedly impose a gold for reserve policy on the government. So they have to decide what they want. They have to decide where they stand. Was the man in charge of the Ghanaian economy or was he not? He could not have been in charge and also not be in charge at the same time. They are going to have to decide and stay consistent. Mr. Speaker, the records show that the Goldbod arrangement, which is responsible for the successes that we have chalked with the Ghana cedi, was contained in our 2020 manifesto. It was proposed as a solution to perennial shortages in forex accumulation and depreciation of our currency. We also do know that that whole gold for reserve policy was a Hail Mary attempt. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure you follow American football. So you do know that in the course of American football, when one team is losing and the minutes are winding down, the clock is winding down, they take a long shot in the hope that they will score. After they depleted our reserves, they were desperate and therefore had to resort to this gold for reserve policy, which was riddled with opacity and a lack of transparency. So they have to tone down on the efforts to usurp the work done by the Goldbod. They must give credit where it is due. In any event, how is it that they were able to implement this gold for reserve policy and yet our currency depreciated to the extent that it depreciated? How is it that the policy that they say was ingenious did not yield any results? And that at the same time that they were implementing the policy, our currency was tumbling. Our currency has responded to the policy initiative of this administration. And as we speak, Ghanaians are feeling the relief. Exactly. Everywhere you go, Mr. Speaker, the prices of thousands of commodities and items on the markets have come down. Yes. And it is a direct consequence. It is a direct consequence.
Honourable member, your time is up. Honourable members, let me bring it to your notice that I am not the one controlling the time. The IT department is the one that is controlling the time. When you are left with a minute more, then the light will be blinking. If the light is blinking, that doesn't mean your time is up. Once the time is up, you will be cut off automatically. So I'm not the one controlling. It's now the turn of Dr. Kabirutia.
Mr. Speaker, just before the last speaker from our side, the minister responsible for government communication, he used the Hail Mary. The Catholics are offended. Mr. Speaker, the second deputy speaker is a Catholic, and he's not happy of that. So it should be a sponge. He said it was a Hail Mary attempt. It's an insult to the Catholics.
Honorable Habib, I think you are out of order. It's now the turn of Dr. Kabirutia.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Your 5 minutes start now.
Mr. Speaker, the minister responsible for finance has started what arguable is going to be the death of a policy that I thought would have survived beyond today. And he has committed 3 sins. And those sins are actually speaking to the bad omen around this policy. First, the sin of selective amnesia, Mr. Speaker. That sin is so fatal that if you choose to give history of Eurobond issuance for a particular 8 years, losing sight of years before, It is the first sin that is going to spell the doom of this policy. Mr. Speaker, the second sin. The second sin is a sin of propaganda, Mr. Speaker. That when you want to highlight a policy to rally around the house, get everyone around, you must acknowledge leaders of old, of yesterday, who have initiated similar things of which you are building on. It cannot be true, and it's never true, and it ought not to stand in this house that this is the first time that we are contemplating as a country a policy for the accumulation of reserves that is anchored on natural resources or commodity. It cannot be true. And the house of this house should reflect that the Bank of Ghana has initiated this policy. The Bank of Ghana has acknowledged, the current relationship of Bank of Ghana has actually acknowledged the previous attempts by previous leaders to accumulate reserves. So that is the first thing. Mr. Speaker, the second thing I want to correct before I even go to the substantive is that and that's the third mistake, Mr. Speaker. The third mistake is that when they rise to contribute to the motion, they are failing to be religious to the facts. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Adongo rise up to say that gold reserves were 8 billion. It's a total falsehood. We left reserves of 9.1 billion in the Bank of Ghana report, and it's set by the Bank of Ghana. It's the Bank of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, the second misinformation is that they were doing 0.8 months of import cover. Mr. Speaker, the Bank of Ghana report stated that we left office with 4 months of import cover in the Bank of Ghana report, which he serves as a board member. Mr. Speaker, that is another misinformation. Mr. Speaker, he's saying that Bank of Ghana is not propping up the CD with annual or monthly introduction of 1 billion United States to prop up our CD. That is also another falsehood, Mr. Speaker, because the Bank of Ghana itself has admitted and tell me what they call market intimidation. So these are the facts before this house, and when you write to speak to the facts, stay true and loyal to the facts, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me now come to the broad contours of his policy, the National Accelerated Reserve Program or Accelerated Reserve Accumulation Program. Mr. Speaker, it is anchored on nothing but commodity, Mr. Speaker. Gold, crude oil, cocoa prices. Mr. Speaker, gold is the only one sustaining it because we have had record increase in prices from 2,600 United States dollars to the ounce to almost 5,000 now as we have it. But cocoa prices, crude oil prices, they are all on nosedive, Mr. Speaker. So when you are introducing a policy that is anchored on commodity prices, you must have safeguard and risk mitigating measures. In this policy, Mr. Speaker, there is absolutely nothing in that policy that speaks to the mitigating measures, except to say that they are now going to have what they call if you like, energy sector payment plan or cocoa sector recovery plan. Mr. Speaker, cocoa has been mentioned only with a one line. Meanwhile, cocoa before gold was the mainstay of our country, and there was a major export of our country, and there was what was supporting our economy in those days. So, Mr. Speaker, that is another problem. Mr. Speaker, I'll then come to what they want to do, measures. They mentioned that 20% of large-scale goods is going to be harnessed, and that will translate to something like 0.57 ounces per week. Mr. Speaker, I sat in a meeting at the Jubilee House where large gold miners were called through the chambers of gold miners or chambers of mine, and we clearly stated to them, and they agreed to say, to allow the Bank of Ghana to buy 20% of their gold produce. So what is new? Nothing is new in that particular measure, and you come and present same as if it's a new policy. Mr. Speaker, they are also talking of non-traditional export. We remember President Kufuor took initiatives on the promotion of non-traditional exports. Mr. Speaker, they talk about cocoa sector reforms and the development of new fields. Mr. Speaker, even the new field that they want to develop, it was President Kufuor who discovered the oil. So when you come to this particular house, and you want to present a policy to the government or to the people of Ghana, you must contemplate that you need policy coherence. You need the people of Ghana to support you in this policy. But you don't come with half troops and present it as if it is the Holy Grail, and that for the first time that we are having an accelerated gold reserve program. It is not true, Mr. Speaker. In the fullness of time, in the debate of the motion, we will expose the lies, we will expose the false.
Yes, it's now the turn of Honorable Kwame Agoja.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kwame Agoja, your time now starts.
Mr. Speaker, I want to congratulate the Minister responsible for Finance for this ambitious policy outdooring on the floor of this House, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, Ghana can do better if we can build up a reserve for 15 months. Mr. Speaker, I think the presentation also answers one of the requirements of the respected minority leader when he said that the statement must be factual, and the statement has been very factual. Unlike a statement that was quoted using Psalm 23, 118 to 23, which is full of non-factuals. Mr. Speaker, did I hear my colleagues criticizing this policy? You see, your problem is that you are pretending to have a reason to criticize everything. Dr. Kabiru, where is he? He's even left the room just after presentation. When you were doing the gold for oil policy, you didn't even bring any paper to this House to present to members of Parliament. This is the difference between you and the NDC. Let me tell you this. I heard Dr. Kabiru talking about, we didn't say anything about cocoa. I wish he was here. When he actually said that he sat in a meeting when they discussed, they had a discussion about the gold people. He also probably sat in a meeting that decided to pay $29 million to a contractor to build a road between Savilugu and Walewale. Do you know? Hold on. Because he linked it to cocoa. Let me tell you, the $29 million that was paid the Indian contractor and did no work could have bought 123,000 bags of cocoa. And guess what? The $100 million spent on the cathedral could have bought over 450,000 bags of cocoa. That is what you should have done. But let's look at it. We are saying this. Minority, listen to this. Whether your government match this achievement, we are saying that when you left inflation at 23.8%, today inflation is 3.8%. Are you not excited? Today, they said 90-day treasury bill. You left it at 27.7%. Today it's 11%. Today, businesses can borrow money and do proper business. Even including cocoa farmers can borrow cheaper under this government. And the public debt that you left at 61% today is 45%. So exactly what are you doing? Let me tell you this. I heard that, in fact, Finance Minister just told me that, so all along, when you said we had reserves of even the 5 months, 4.something months, you were pretending that we had money. So you go and borrow money from the World Bank and very expensive loans, come and put it in your account, and then be paying interest on it. Who does that? When you are broke, when you borrow money, you apply it to something that can give you revenue. But not knowing, Kenofoyata, all you are doing was to be borrowing money expensively and put in your bank account as if it's yours and be charging interest on it. That is a very lazy way of managing an economy. So what we are saying is this, that these policies are the policies that will anchor the future of our children. That will build reserves so that no more are we going to wake up one day, they say that once the price of a commodity falls, within 2 weeks, the city is falling. Today, I can hear you saying that, oh, look at what will happen and the city will fall. By the grace of God, the city will continue to disgrace you. The city will continue to disgrace you. The city is stable. Your wishes will never come to pass. You understand? President Mahama is obviously a better president than President Akufo-Addo. And whoever will take over from President Mahama will surely be a better president than whoever you are talking about. So let me repeat. I'm saying that the $100 million you spent on the cathedral could have bought 450,000 bags of cocoa. The $29 million spent on the Balewale road, for which you want no road, could have bought another 120,000 bags of cocoa. So if anybody has cheated cocoa farmers, you have cheated cocoa farmers. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity.
Honourable members, it's now the turn of Minority Leader. It's now the turn of the Minority Leader.
Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to make a comment on the statement by the Finance Minister. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister came to this House with his technical team, sought the leave of the House to present to us a document he has conveniently titled, quote, Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy 2026 to 2028. And having completed that duty, the 188 of his own side seem not to be excited. Mr. Speaker, we are not managing an economy to talk about numbers that have no direct correlation and benefit to the ordinary people on the streets of Accra. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister is here talking about inflation. What is inflation? When you go to the market and you cannot afford, and you say inflation. Mr. Speaker, yes, you can, because the Finance Minister came here talking to us about some 15-month import cover. Mr. Speaker, we are not interested in his economic theories. Mr. Speaker, the Finance Minister must know that this House is not interested in his new theories. Mr. Speaker, the people of Ghana, and I start from the youth, you promised them 1 job, 3 shifts. I expect you as a finance minister to come to this House to address us on effort you are making. It's been 1 year. 1 year. Your own constituent, give us data. How many people you've employed? In Jomoro, in Evaregira, in Efutu, the transport minister, the roads and highways minister, in his own constituency at Daklu. How many people have benefited from job creation policy? You come to this House, and you tell us 15-month import cover, and you come and spend a whole 1 hour when your people have no jobs. Mr. Speaker, even when you come to the recruitment, it's a complete scam. And I'll explain to you, the recruitment into police, immigration, prisons, you are now even telling the youth that they should go and buy forms. They should go behind computer and do aptitude tests. In this country, how many areas have internet? The youth are spending more. The youth who are already unemployed, they are borrowing to spend, to have access to computer. These are things that you have ignored. You've ignored. And you come and sit here and say, macro, nebedi. Macro, nebedi. Obedia was a macro ni day. Finance minister, what's it day? Macroeconomic and accumulation. My friend, finance minister, I'm not interested in your macro numbers. So I'm not interested. I'm interested in the bread and butter issues. Electricity. On paper, you have increased electricity tariffs by over 30%. Now, put the numbers on paper aside. Listen, for those of you who, because you are in government, you are ignoring the realities on the ground. Ghanaians cannot afford electricity. You should know this. These are the things you should introduce policies for reform. How to reform the energy sector. You are not doing that. You come here and say, macro. I will not commend you for doing this. I'm not going to praise you. Electricity needs reforms. Those are the bona fides you must pay attention to. Then you come here, you say, and then 15 months, they say Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation. When you buy electricity, Mr. Speaker, this morning, somebody told me that she used to buy 1,000 for a whole month. Today, even if you buy 2,000 for 1 week, and soon, Mr. Speaker, let us be careful what we tell the people of Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about electricity. NDC came into office. When they came into office, the first thing they did was to increase electricity tariffs. Instead of pursuing reforms under their own research agenda, they increased electricity, totaling 30%. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, the reality is that electricity tariffs have gone up by over 100% because, Mr. Speaker, the consumption, the people on the street in our constituencies, what they buy is unable to sustain them, and they know the numbers. They know how much they purchased in 2024. They know what they were buying in 2023 as compared to what they are buying now. Mr. Speaker, that is the reality. Next, Mr. Speaker, next is the cocoa. Mr. Speaker, our cocoa farmers have been a supporting pillar of our economy since the days of Gold Coast. Mr. Speaker, this government came into being and they have abandoned all the supporting pillars of the economy. Mr. Speaker, I don't need to be an economist to understand what leads to economic growth. My basic ideas as an entrepreneur are enough for me to know that when you create opportunities, the economy grows. Mr. Speaker, this government promised that upon assumption of office, a bag of cocoa will be increased to 6,000 Ghana cedi. The finance minister said so. The ranking on agri said so. Mr. Speaker, today, they rather have reduced the producer price. At the comfort of his office, he reduced the producer price. Cocoa farmers, wana how, onyawo how, enya wasem. What's your office now? What say so? What's the one more haircut? What say so? You sat in your office and reduced producer price of cocoa. 1,000 Ghana cedis is what you took away. Cocoa farmers cannot pay fees. They are borrowed from the cocoa crutches. They cannot take care of their health. Those matters do not concern you. Then you come and you say Ghana accelerated National Reserve. What we demand from you, Mr. Finance Minister, is to immediately restore the producer price of cocoa that you came to meet. If you cannot increase, don't reduce it. If you cannot increase, don't reduce it. That is the reality. That is the reality, Honorable Finance Minister. Mr. Speaker, again, instead of the Finance Minister introducing incentives to grow the economy, he is not. Mr. Speaker, what businesses need is rebates, tax breaks. What businesses need is a proper environment to grow their business. Mr. Speaker, the minister is not offering any of that. There are no incentives in the economy. No employment. No employment. And then you come here, you tell us that indeed we should allow you to create a certain reserve accumulation. What is reserve accumulation? When your own constituents are hungry, your people are tired of the promises. You do politics of sloganeering. Enough of the slogans. Create jobs. Create jobs. 1 job, 3 shifts. It's you who said it. Create the jobs. Create the jobs. Go to Dansuma, Ablekuma North, Ablekuma South. You
Honorable Minority Leader, the arrangements, please, can you for once listen? You don't want to listen to me?
We're not restricted, and Majority Leader knows.
Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker,
I do not want to engage in any banter
I'm
with
not.
you.
If you have told me 10 minutes, I'll prepare accordingly.
If you can hear me out.
Mr. Speaker, I must not be cut this way.
The time allocation and the arrangements were made before I took over. And I indicated right from the beginning that I am not the one controlling the time. I am not the one controlling the time. Once your time is up, you will be cut automatically. So please, it's now. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, order. Honourable members, can we have some order? Honourable members, honourable members, let me make it clear that I indicated right from the beginning that I do not have control over the time. I did indicate. So once your time is up, it will be cut automatically. So, honourable members, it's now the 10. Honourable members, what is the sense of the House? I think we are speaking for 5 minutes and leaders are giving 10 minutes, double the time. And it's fixed automatically once the time is up. Let me hear the Majority Leader. Yes, Majority Leader, what is the sense of the House?
Prepare tomorrow. Come prepare tomorrow.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I think there's some genuine misunderstanding. Genuinely. You are right, but also the Minority Leader is right. The reason why I say so is that as the debate proceeded, we had actually not taken a decision on the time to be allotted to leaders. We had not taken a decision. But whilst the debate was going on, my deputy whip consulted me and said, how many minutes per leader? And I said, I don't know. Then he said, how about 10 minutes, since each member is speaking for 5 minutes? And I said, well, 10 minutes should be fine, because the main debate is tomorrow. The idea today was just to comment on, whatever the minister was going to say. But the actual debate is tomorrow. So I believe that the communication then went to you that leaders will speak for 10 minutes. I don't know if we conveyed the message to our colleagues on the other side. So I think there's a genuine communication gap. So to deal with this, I think we can even up
by agreeing on a 15 minutes.
Yes,
so that we'll add 5 minutes.
We must place on record that no communication came to me. If it came to the speaker before he handed over to me, I wouldn't be able to say. That is why I maintain that for today, I am not the timekeeper. They are keeping the time somewhere. So once your time is up, I have no control. So what is the sense of the House? I am not even the one cutting. Very well. So the timekeepers.
Mr. Speaker.
You see, Minority Leader, sometimes the way you
Mr.
do
Speaker, don't
things.
take issue with me. With respect.
I'm not taking, I just don't want to go there. I'm just controlling myself for today.
Please.
Just controlling myself.
Mr. Speaker, then you should talk to your side. You should talk to your side. I also deserve respect. You should talk to your side. That side, their behavior. Look at their behavior. They are backbenchers. They don't come into our matter. When your leader stood up, this side kept quiet. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, don't worry. I'm able to take this up. Mr. Speaker, whenever any of their side is up, our side, I call them that respect. Mr. Speaker, you are not the leader. Farisa, you are not the leader. Sit down. You are not the leader. Sit down. You are not in leadership. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. You sit down. Let the backbench copy rightly from you. Sit down. Mr. Speaker, our concern is very simple. Ampim, I've heard you, and I will respond to you at the right time. Continue that disrespect. Mr. Speaker, we understood it to mean that the other speakers were going to have 5 minutes each. Like the majority leader explained, nothing was communicated to us. To be frank with you, if I was told that I had 5 minutes or even 2 minutes, I have my notes, I would have chosen which point to pursue. Mr. Speaker, this argument that somebody is keeping the time and the person has clocked in 10 minutes, Mr. Speaker, it wasn't communicated. And Honorable Achampo, we operate in this chamber on the basis of good faith. If indeed what leader said was a true position, you could have gently moved across, communicated to Habib that this is the proposal. We would comply. But when you do this, you create a bad situation for this house and those of us here. And it's unfair. I saw you winking. There are things you can joke with. There are matters you cannot joke with. Because you make me look bad and you make the speaker also look bad. So stop it. In future, communicate well and let us do the right thing. Mr. Speaker, we need to pursue the debate. I need to go on, and then when I finish, the majority leader can also come.
Honorable members, if you cannot reach a consensus, then I will want to go by the rules. Now, this statement is made under Order 91 of our standing orders. Now, Order 91(4), and I quote, a member commenting on the statement shall not take more than 5 minutes, except otherwise permitted by the speaker. For now, I am presiding as the speaker. I determine whether you can go beyond 10 minutes or you cannot go beyond 10 minutes. So since the House cannot come to a consensus as to the number of minutes that the leaders should speak, I will therefore rule that going by the order, no leader is going beyond 10 minutes. Now, I will proceed to stand on Order 63 to expunge from record everything said by the minority leader in Twi that has not been translated into English language. Now, Majority Leader, you have the floor. You are not going beyond 10 minutes. Yes, Majority Leader, you have the floor.
Get his attention first. Mr. Speaker, I honestly think that a very important national policy has been presented to us as a parliament. The first time that it is happening, because I hear friends opposite indicating that this is not the first time there is an attempt to create a reserve, and that the goal for, goal for oil policy was meant to create a reserve. Fine. But at least at that time, we did not have the benefit of a coherent policy document presented to Parliament for us to consider, debate, and approve. Then it would have been part of the records of this House. Today there is a policy document presented to this House, and we are seeking to detract from the importance and the value of the presentation that has been made. I think this is most unfortunate. So, Mr. Speaker, my brother minority leader, it is not every day that you will prevail. You must learn to accept even when you are not prevailing. You have made your point. Everybody has seen that you have made your point. Even I got up and supported your opposition, that unfortunately we as leaders were not told the time. That I admitted. So I don't see the need to continue to engage in a banter with the Speaker. Yes, even I am going to suffer that, because I'm going to speak for only 10 minutes. And I have already spent about 4 minutes of that time trying to address this situation. So please, Minority Leader, let us focus on the business of the day. Mr. Speaker, there's going to be a full-blown debate on this matter. A full-blown debate tomorrow, just tomorrow. So tomorrow you will have the opportunity to say everything that you want to say before we approve the policy document. So there's no need for us to spend all the time engaging in a fight. Mr. Speaker, strictly speaking, no, listen, please, stop doing what you are doing. Stop doing what you are doing. When you were speaking, I kept quiet and I was watching you. When you were speaking, I kept quiet, I was watching you. I kept quiet and listened to you. When I'm speaking, don't interject the way you are doing. Strictly speaking, the Speaker is right. The rules say 5 minutes for every member. When you go to questions, it makes an exception for leaders to ask more than one after the main question has been asked. So where the rules intend to make an exception, they make a clear exception. The rules don't say that if you are a leader, you can speak ad infinitum. No. The rules say 5 minutes for every member commenting on a statement. And that was a statement. And the time is 5 minutes. It is only a privilege that he has conferred on us by allowing us as leaders to speak for 10 minutes. So you can't take the speaker on for allowing you 10 minutes when the rules even say 5 minutes. You can only plead. If you plead and he accepts, that is it. If he doesn't accept, that is it. But this is not necessary. Tomorrow we will have a full-blown debate on the report. Full-blown debate on the report. Please, please. The speaker is also our colleague. 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 Please, Mr. Speaker.
You want fairness here?
Mr. Speaker, in keeping with the rules, I will not say much. All I can say in response to what has been said is that this policy is simply to deal with the problem of a rainy day. Today is a sunny day where gold prices have shot up and they are $5,000 per ounce from $2,000 thereabout. We are benefiting from this. We don't know what the future holds. And a visionary leadership, a visionary finance minister has to think about tomorrow if commodity prices are not as good as they are today. Just last week, we witnessed a slump in the price of cocoa. If when cocoa prices were high, we had such visionary leaders and we had saved in preparation for when prices came down, we would not have been demonstrating in the streets. We would have had a buffer to support us to be able to cushion the cocoa farmers. So if you are interested in the welfare of cocoa farmers, you must be interested in this policy that is being introduced today, because it is also to cushion both the cocoa farmer and the gold miner in future when the prices slump. So this is the essence of today. You learn from the mistakes of the past. We did not take advantage in the past when prices were very high. Today, we want to put in place a policy and a mechanism that will enable us to harness the opportunity provided by the huge gold prices to create a reserve that in future we can depend on as an economy. Mr. Speaker, I hear arguments that what is the benefit of a good reserve? Let me just take cement prices. Because of the good policies that have been implemented, the cedi appreciated in relation to the dollar. As a result of that, the current, when you import 60,000 metric tons of clinker, you paid a duty of 16 million Ghana cedis under the NPP government. $16 million Ghana cedis. Now, as a result of the reduction in the dollar exchange rate, when you import the same 60,000 metric tons of clinker, you pay a duty of only 11.5 million Ghana cedis from 16 million. Mr. Speaker, this is the benefit of implementing policies like that. This low price, the person buying the cement. That is how come cement prices have come down from 115 Ghana cedis per bag to 85 Ghana cedis per bag. That is how come the price of PVC pipes have come down from 15 Ghana cedis per 20 millimeter PVC pipe to 9 Ghana cedis. That is how the price of petrol has come down from 80 Ghana cedis to 49 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, I can go on and on and on, because the policies are translating into the lives of our people. They are paying lower prices. Indeed, I know there are complaints that the prices are not going down as much as the consumers expect, because when they see government intervention, they expect impact that will be higher. But we know that with time, we will get there. But no one can deny the fact that these policies are translating into improvements in the living conditions of our people. Yay. Mr. Speaker, the last point I will make, he talked about job creation. The Ghana Statistical Service reported that in the last 12 months, 1 million people have found jobs. In the Ghana economy, 1 million people have found jobs. Go to the Ghana Statistical Service. Ghana Statistical Service. In the last 12 months, 1 million people have found jobs, because the last quarter of 2024, Ghana Statistical Service, the last quarter of 2024 reported, the last quarter of 2024, the number of people who are working.
Yes, Majority Leader, your time is up. Honourable members, the Honourable Minister responsible for finance, at the conclusion of the statement, requests that Parliament do consider and approve Ghana Accelerated National Reserve Accumulation Policy 2026 to 2028. The Speaker has given some inclinations. So based on that inclination, I will refer the statement to the Finance Committee for consideration and report to the House as a matter of urgency for tomorrow. Honourable members, thank you. Well, the sense is that I should add the Economy Committee. So I so direct that the Committee on Economy joins the Finance Committee to give consideration and report. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, kindly consider directing that they should submit their report tomorrow for adoption by this House. We have variously announced that there will be an opportunity to debate tomorrow. So let's have the report submitted tomorrow for adoption by this House.
Yes, Honorable Habib.
Mr. Speaker, a serious government policy like this, they want us to rush it within 24 hours. Mr. Speaker, it's because of what? Mr. Speaker, I don't, it has just been given to us. Members need to read it, the committee need to meet, look at it. So, Mr. Speaker, to say you should direct that they should report back by tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, it's inadequate for the committee to look at it. I don't know whether it's the case that they just want to clear it and add it to the State of the Nation address. And Mr. Speaker, tomorrow we are preparing towards the State of the Nation address. So definitely, and we are closing early tomorrow. And we are moving a motion on the gold reserve to tomorrow that Speaker have said, the Goldbod issue. The motion will be moved tomorrow. Speaker indicated so. So to say they should report tomorrow, the timing is inadequate, Mr. Speaker. We cannot get the report by tomorrow.
I believe the issue that we cannot get the report tomorrow is neither here nor there. Because if the Finance Committee wouldn't be able to work within that time frame, I expect the members of the Finance Committee to do so. So Finance Committee, as much as possible, if you can present your report tomorrow, why? The House will be able to take your report. Yes, Majority Leader, any indication?
Yeah, the Minister for Roads is here, so can take his, he can answer his questions. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, the Road Traffic Regulations 2026 is ready for laying presentation. So if you can indulge us to vary the order of business to item 8 and lay the road traffic regulations. The minister is here, just laying, and then we can go back to questions.
Yes, the application is to vary the order of business to take item numbered 8. Honourable member, silence means consent. We vary the order of business to take the item numbered 8 at commencement of public business, presentation of instruments. Minister for Transport. Yes. Honourable Leader.
Speaker, with respect, I want to draw the attention of Majority Leader to the fact that this is not a one-sided House. Mr. Speaker, as much as possible, he has to engage on the issue of the referral to the Committee of Finance and the Economy. He just came out with the suggestion that they should report tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, at least it is fair that, given the fact that the documents are even yet to be distributed to members, Mr. Speaker, and this is supposed to be such an important policy document, Mr. Speaker, you cannot say that just tomorrow. The Majority Leader cannot just say that there should be a report of this tomorrow, when he knows the Right Honourable Speaker scheduled tomorrow for this House to take the Goldbod motion, the losses on Goldbod, which IMF has reported that to be 7 billion cedis. 7 billion cedis. 7 billion cedis is a report, and this House is to debate this matter tomorrow. And then he says that there should be another motion tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, this is a two-sided House. Democracy have an ear for the minority. Mr. Speaker, I would plead with the Majority Leader. Mr. Speaker, let us build consensus on these matters. Let us build consensus on this matter. Tomorrow is too short a time. We can look at the report next week.
Honourable members, at commencement of public business, presentation of instrument. Minister for Transport.
Road Traffic Regulation 2026.
Honourable members, the regulation has been duly laid and it is referred to a committee on subsidiary legislation for consideration and report. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we can now go to questions. Item 6.
Honourable members, item number 6, question time. I will call on the Minister for Roads and Highways to take the designated seat in response to questions scheduled for him. I will proceed to question numbered 584, standing in the name of Honorable Kwame Anyimedu Entry, Member of Parliament for Ashanti Akim Central, to pose the question to the Minister. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I have with your permission, I have the authority of the member to ask the question on his behalf.
Very well, please do.
I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways when the Konongo-Zongo to Praso through Driase Road will be completed.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, ministers are encouraged to be here to answer questions. And I've been coming here. Mr. Speaker, can we also say that members who fail to come and ask the questions, the answers should be published. The answers should be published.
Honorable members, I always admonish that we are all members of Parliament. Sometimes certain things flows when the minister is not available to answer a question. Though the minister will write to the House explaining the circumstances. But when we get the microphone, things that we place on record. Our members, sometimes danger begets a man. The cry of distress may summon for relief. So we are getting onto the record what we get sometimes, flowing from what we do to ourselves as members of Parliament. So, Honorable Minister, I'll call upon you to do nothing but to respond to the questions.
Mr. Speaker, I will comply accordingly. Mr. Speaker, this is my response to question numbered 584. The Konongo-Zongo to Praso through Jase is a 25.6 kilometer inner district road that connects Ashanti Achim Central Municipality to Ashanti Achim South Municipality of Ashanti Region. It is an engineered bituminous surface road in poor condition. There are currently no programs on this road. Engineering design studies and cost estimate have been carried out on the road for consideration upon availability of funds. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member, do you have a supplementary question?
No, please.
Thank you. Honourable Member, this is a constituency-specific question. We'll move to question number 551, standing in the name of Dr. Grace Ayensu Dankwa, Esikado, Kitan. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for Roads and Highway the status of the following roads: Kansarodu to Mampong and Mampong to Abasa, Impinting to Eshiem, Eshiem to Ntamakrom, and Ntamakrom to Ango. Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Kansaworo do Mampong Road, as well as the KNUSC Institute of Distance Learning Road, have been earmarked for rehabilitation under the contract upgrading of selected roads in Esikado, Kitan sub-metropolis area, 6.52 kilometers. The contract commenced on the 23rd of April 2019 for completion by 22nd of October 2020. The to date, 3.4 kilometers of this road has been constructed from gravel to asphalt binder costs. The physical progress is so far 61%. The contractor has abandoned site due to delay in payment for works done. Efforts are being made to bring the contractor back to site to complete outstanding work. Future program, the engineering studies and cost estimate will be carried out on the Mampong Abasa section of the road for consideration based on availability of funds. Mr. Speaker, Impintin Esien Intamakrom Angu Road. This road is within the Secondary Takoradi metropolis of the Western region. It is a 15-kilometer engineered road in poor condition. There are currently no programs on this road. Engineering design studies and cost estimate will be carried out on the road and for consideration upon availability of funds. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, honourable member. Any supplementary question?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I need to know since when the contractor abandoned the site.
Yes, honourable minister.
Mr. Speaker, the contract period, as I said, was from 2019 to 2020. Obviously, the contractor left site somewhere after 2020 without completing the work.
Any further question?
No further questions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member, this is also a constituency specific. We move to question number 552, standing in the name of Honorable Felix Akwete Okle, Botiano, English and Manfro constituency.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I would like to come under Order 92 to withdraw my question and to thank the Minister for great work, the great construction work that is happening in my constituency currently as I speak. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Leave is hereby granted. Question accordingly withdrawn. We move to question number 580, standing in the name of Bright Asamoah Brefo, Member of Parliament for BBNE, Amiaso Bakwai.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. I rise to ask the Honorable Minister for Roads and Highways the step the ministry is taking to ensure timely completion of the ongoing projects in the BBNE and Sefi Bekwai.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there are about 8 different projects under this question. So I'll start with number 1. Subri Nkwanta to Chirano to Akoti Feeder Road. Mr. Speaker, currently this was awarded under a contract titled Bitumen Surfacing of Subri Nkwanta to Chirano Akoti Feeder Road, 24.3 kilometers. The contract was awarded on the 5th of April 2018 for completion on the 16th of September 2020, with a revised completion date of 16th December 2024. The progress of work is currently 100% physical completion. Number 2, the Subri Town roads, that is Bekwai to Suku, Echima, Sonkori, Brankromisa Road.